Andrew, DeKalb, and Donovan counties. This is News Press Now, Morning Edition on Fox 26 KNPN.
A winter storm warning still in effect these early morning hours, but the snow appears to be over. Now, we all get to dig out. And fire crews trying to save a house in the worst elements possible. How this blaze in the south end started, coming up. And good morning, everybody. Thanks for joining us. It's Wednesday, halfway through the work week. For those of you who have a work week, it's just not going to get any better from here either.
No, I don't think so.
All right, let's get to it.
Yeah, big problems around here today. We got, we had about, I'd say over 8 inches of snow around the area here. So the other big problem for today, blowing and drifting snow. We have some very windy conditions out there. So if you don't have to get on the road, just stay inside today, because I think a big problem is even though the plows are clearing the streets, they're just going to kind of get recovered with this windy conditions. Let's take a look outside around the area. We do have some very gusty conditions out there. Oh, it looks like they're trying to clear up the park, the walkways there, the sidewalks in Civic Center Park. But I don't know how much better it's going to be here. Around the area, look, the roads are very, very dangerous. If you don't have to get outside, please don't do it. Like I said, blowing and drifting snow will be an issue. If you slip in and slide and in your car, you could land into a snowbank where it's drifted, and guess what? Then you're stuck there. So you don't want that to happen.
Dangerously close to that this morning.
Yeah, well, I was all over the place trying to get here. 3 degrees here in town, 2 in Halls, Falls City, Empire Prairie, Avenue City, 4 in Trimble. So some very cold temperatures, and tied up with these winds out of the north-northwest at 23 miles per hour. We're talking about some very cold wind chills, close to minus 20 degrees out there. Still under a winter storm warning, and that light blue, that is more than likely a wind chill advisory that will probably take over for this. But blowing and drifting snow will be an issue here. Some very dangerous road conditions around the area for today. Minus 19 is what the wind chill is outside.
I just read a message from our photographer, because in the live shot coming up, Nadia, there wasn't room for her, the plow and him. And he's just talking about totally jealous.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
we do have Nadia out and about. She's going to
we'll get to that in just a second.
Terrible things are out there.
We'll get to that in a second. It was a really good reply. That's all I'm saying. All right, Christian, thanks a lot. You've seen the bottom of your screen throughout the night. Just about every school district across northwest Missouri and northeast Kansas is closed again today. Some college kids, you're not so lucky. Missouri Western telling us that they are closed today. All classes are canceled once again today, but Northwest Missouri State University, yeah, you're open. Campus will open at 10 o'clock this morning. A lot of the food courts and some of the hot food services will be available starting at 7 this morning, but the Northwest campus in Kansas City at Maple Woods is closed. And just to give you a scope of how big this storm system is, classes at the University of Missouri and Columbia have also been canceled today. Well, as the snow continues to fall, St. Joseph plows will continue to clear area streets. Fox 26 KNPN's Nadia Thacker live inside a plow, I believe. Nadia, how's it going this morning?
Thanks, Greg. This is definitely a first for me, live inside of the snowplow rather than outside in the snow talking about it. I'm actually live. Here we go. We're plowing into the snow right now. I'm actually live here with Logan Pike, who is our snowplow driver this morning, and we have seen quite a bit of an interesting thing right now. It looks like we're working on emergency routes. Is that what we're doing right now?
Yes, we are. We're cleaning up all the emergency routes.
With as much snow as we got, has it been more difficult this time?
Oh, we've had to make numerous passes on each emergency route. We've already started running them a second time to make sure they're all clear.
How long have you been out here this morning already?
I'm coming up on about 10 or 11 hours so far.
10 or 11 hours so far. That is quite a bit of a shift. Are you almost done? Do you get to take a break here pretty soon?
Yeah, I leave at 8 o'clock, and then the day shift comes in and picks up where we left off.
All right, well, as you can see, we are in the middle of plowing routes right now. It does look like the emergency routes are pretty good, but if people are wanting to get out of their driveway, what are side streets like right now?
We haven't started on any of the secondaries yet, but they should start at them some point today, this morning probably.
Well, thank you so much, and once again, first time for us here at Fox 26 KNPN live inside the snowplow. Greg, back to you.
Can you tell him if he sees a Pontiac stranded to clear that one out on the side of the road? All right, Nadia, thanks a lot. Well, fire crews had to battle the cold weather last night and the snow that was coming down on St. Joseph's South Side. This was the scene at the 3500 block of Lakefront Lane just last night around 8 o'clock. Fire crews tell us the blaze appeared to have started in the center of the house and then moved out and up into the attic. It took less than 30 minutes to contain the fire, but crews remained on scene to make sure all the hot spots were out. The owner was not able to return to the home, but was staying with a relative who lives nearby. The fire inspector was called to the scene and is still conducting an investigation. Luckily, no injuries were reported. Highways were full of travelers yesterday, which made for a busy day for Troop H. The patrol told us, even working with all hands on deck, troopers moved from accident to accident throughout the region. No fatalities in those crashes were reported, but several crashes and injuries, oftentimes occurring at the same location. We asked exactly how much road the troopers have to cover.
We patrol the 15 counties of northwest Missouri. That includes 2 interstates, multiple U.S. highways, Missouri routes, and of course even the gravel roads. If we get a call, we'll work the crash on a gravel road. So we have many, many miles that we patrol, and in instances like this, that's why we want people to stay at home. We know it's going to be hazardous. We know the chance of being injured or a fatality goes up in this type of weather. So we want people to stay in place so that they can be safe.
And one of the things troopers want to avoid when a winter storm hits, chain reaction crashes like this. 4 trucks were involved in this I-29 accident around 1 o'clock Tuesday afternoon. This is near the 169 South exit. State troopers say whiteout conditions were a contributing factor when a tractor trailer failed to stop and rear-ended an SUV. That crashed into 2 other vehicles, and the wreck shut down southbound lanes for a short period of time. 2 drivers were taken to the hospital with moderate injuries. KCI dealt with the snow yesterday for sure, both on the runways and in the air. Many people showed up at the airport early trying to beat the storm. The airport snowplows were out en masse on the runways, trying to keep them clear of snow from the storm. If you are trying to get out of KCI this morning, or you have passengers that are trying to get back in, you are advised to call the airline, check the Twitter feed, or go online to flykci.com to find out the status of your flight. Not easy to fly, not easy to drive, and Christian, the snow's over, but still, we've got a lot of problems ahead likely.
Yeah, we're going to see some blowing and drifting snow around the area, and I want to add, too, Kansas City, KCI actually saw a record-breaking snowfall yesterday, go figure, right, from this very large system here. Yeah, it has pushed off to the east. We're still seeing some remnants, maybe some light flurries around the area, but the big issue for today are the windy conditions. We're going to continue to see blowing and drifting snow around here, so some of those snowplows might be clearing off the roads like you saw Nadia just doing, but something tells me when they come back down the road, it could be covered with maybe some more snow out there from this blowing snow, and you don't want to lose control and get stuck in a drift as well, so that's a big issue. If you do, give Greg a call. He'll come out and he'll dig your car out, and we'll make that happen throughout the day today. Then we'll put him on that. Yeah, anyways, very cold outside right now. 3 degrees, 2 in Halls, 2 in Falls City, Empire Prairie, and in Avenue City, 4 in Trimble. Folks, if you don't have to go to work, you don't have to go somewhere, don't do it. Remain safe. Roads are very dangerous. If you're going to get out and play in this, we're talking about some extremely cold wind chills. Make sure you limit yourself to how long you're outside. It's minus 19 outside right now, and our temperatures are going to remain in the single digits. Some unfortunate news as well. We could see some more accumulating snow Friday night into Saturday, so just be aware of that. Maybe another system Monday into Tuesday. So we have a lot of stuff to keep our eyes on. We'll talk about that coming up in about 10 minutes. Greg?
It was a miracle to get my car dug out, let alone anybody else's. All right, Christian, thanks a lot. We have results from yesterday's St. Joseph primary election to tell you about. Just short of 8% of registered voters turned out to the polls. Most voters were instructed to pick 3 of the 10 candidates for at-large city council seats. Voters in the 5th district were supposed to choose between 3 candidates for the District 5 seat that's currently held by Barbara LaBasse. The top 6 candidates from Tuesday will advance to the April general election, and they are in order of most votes cast. Donna Jean Boyer, Byron Myers Sr., and Jeff Penland, who are all incumbents, will be on the ballot. In addition to those 3, Ken Beck, Kenneth Reeder, and Kent Odell will make the ballot. In the 5th district race, Barbara LaBasse and Mary Atterbury will advance to the April election. These are the unofficial results. We have a complete wrap-up online at newspressnow.com. Heartland Regional Medical Center gets a big bonus for its savings initiative. The hospital will receive a $2.86 million bonus payment. It's part of a program that seeks to reduce Medicare costs. Heartland was one of 29 hospitals or physicians groups that qualified for the bonus. Those groups are sharing the total of $126 million that was saved over a 12-month period during the program. Heartland President and CEO Dr. Mark Laney says the bonus is, quote, great for Heartland and great for Medicare. Well, from the snow to the deep freeze, it's having a harsh impact across the country, including on California's orange crop. Plus, new developments in the investigation into the death of Philip Seymour Hoffman. Troubling information being released about how many drugs were inside his apartment the day he died. Stay with us.